Welcome back. Today is Election Day for local government positions in Sarasota and Manatee counties. On the ballot, 3 city races, as well as 2 referendums. ABC 7's Kate Flexter is tracking those elections tonight, and she joins us live from the Sarasota County Supervisor of Elections office with the first look. Kate?
Good evening, Haley. Polls close tonight at 7 p.m. So if you're still interested in casting that vote, you have another hour and a half to come out and do that. Now, there's not a lot on the ballot this time around, but there are a few contentious races and issues to look out for. Let's take a look at some of those. Now, for one, residents in the city of Sarasota will choose 2 new commissioners. 8 candidates are vying for those 2 seats. In Northport, there's also a city commission seat up for grabs. Voters on Longboat Key are also choosing 2 new town commissioners, as well as voting on 2 density referendums, one to rezone the Colony Resort, the other to rezone a commercial development for residential use. Those opposed say it could bring additional traffic to the island. Now, these municipal elections tend to have a lower voter turnout, but the voters we spoke to today say they're hoping to see other people come out and participate.
My hopes are that a lot of people come and vote today, because today is a very, very important day, a lot more so than the general election, because it directly affects all of us.
We'll be sure to bring you the results both online and in our 11 p.m. newscast, so be sure to stay with us. Reporting live in Sarasota, Kate Flexter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Kate. Now to the GOP's health care replacement plan. The CBO score is out and still not sitting well with some Republicans and most Democrats. Meanwhile, the White House continues to push back on the bill's assessment while producing no evidence on the president's claim that former President Obama wiretapped his phones. ABC's Stephanie Ramos reports from Washington.
Today at the White House, President Trump sitting down with the Saudi Deputy Crown Prince.
President, CBO score, Mr. President, reaction? Let's roll.
The president not answering any questions about the Congressional Budget Office report that scored the GOP's healthcare replacement plan. The nonpartisan federal agency estimates the bill would leave 14 million more Americans without insurance next year. Within a decade, the number of uninsured growing by 24 million. And just how much could premiums change under the GOP plan? The impact could be staggering, especially for the poor and elderly.
If there was ever a war on seniors, this bill is it.
Republicans are attacking the CBO's conclusions.
Its attempts to estimate coverage have been historically faulty.
It's pretty hard to predict coverage when the government stops telling you you have to buy something you don't want.
And the White House is still dealing with the president's claims that former President Obama wiretapped his phones. The Department of Justice missed the deadline Monday to turn over any alleged evidence of wiretapping and is now asking the Intelligence Committee for more time.
The president has tweeted about this. He's pretty clear that he believes that there was surveillance that was conducted during the 2016 election. And we're going to wait for the conclusion of that. I think there's pretty sound evidence that that the microwave is not a sound way of surveilling someone, and I think that has been cleaned up. It was made in jest.
And on health care, White House spokesman Sean Spicer also says if the GOP's health care replacement plan fails in Congress, it will be difficult to replace Obamacare. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Washington.
Cuts at the Environmental Protection Agency could be even deeper than earlier thought. Cuts up to 25% have already been reported. A source says discussions are still ongoing and cuts are expected to include grants to states to protect air, water, and land. If there are massive layoffs at the agency, the impacts would be widespread, affecting military veterans at the agency as well as contractors and small businesses. The nation's top Marine testifying before Congress today in the wake of the Marine Corps nude photo scandal. Last week, General Robert Neller said a task force would examine the, quote, subculture that led to the posting of nude photos of female service members on various websites. Neller said he was shocked, he was angry, disgusted, and outraged when he learned of the actions of some current and retired members. He says the Marine Corps has a problem and he intends to fix it. He says the message is this for the men of the Corps.
To the men in our Corps, serving today and those who no longer wear the uniform, you're still Marines. I need you to ask yourselves, how much more do the females of our Corps have to do to be accepted? I'm committed to making this right, and I need all Marines equally committed.
Neller told the Senate Armed Services Committee that every Marine is an equal and valued member of the Corps, and every Marine commands the respect of fellow Marines. A documentary that highlights the courage of Ukrainian women activists is being shown right here on the Suncoast. A special screening of the film Women of Maidan takes place at the Selby Library today. It's the dramatic story of women in Ukraine who played a key role in a quest for freedom and justice during the 2013 and 2014 Revolution of Dignity there. The film shows how the women sustained a 2-month revolution against a corrupt government and defeated Vladimir Putin's plan to control Ukraine. During the screening, the filmmaker talked about the personal risks involved in bringing this footage out of Ukraine.
In any case, it was not sponsored by any foreign powers. It was just the will of the people to stand against corruption and for freedom and justice.
It was just announced today that the film won Best Documentary at the Fort Myers Film Festival. Wow, what an important piece there. And now we're going to head over to Bob and get a check on our forecast.
Thanks, Haley. A lot of folks always sending photos in of nice sunsets and pictures of great-looking weather. This one, not so great. This was sent in this evening, actually, or yesterday evening, as a result of a tornado, EF1. 105-mile-an-hour winds moving through Englewood Beach. You can see just ripping those windows out. And it was only on the ground for a short period of time, a 1/10 of a mile. It was 75 yards wide, and another stronger one moved through Punta Gorda, a little wider one, I should say. The area of low pressure and concern that brought us all that rough weather is well to the north of us now, and that attendant cold front stretching all the way down south of Florida now. So the cold air is what we'll be dealing with next, and we're talking wind chills into the low 30s, right around freezing on Thursday morning. 62 right now. It's going to be chilly tonight, too. Dew point is at 49. Winds out of the north-northwest at 15, so those winds will stay strong overnight, which will make it feel much colder, especially as the sun goes down. 55 degrees in Jacksonville. Still warm in Miami at 77 degrees, however. And temperatures into the low to mid-60s in Palmetto and Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, all the way down into Venice and Inglewood. We'll have more in our forecast, let you know about this cold snap and when things will warm back up coming up in a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. We have a follow-up to the story we told you about last week. Today, the Department of Children and Families has confirmed it is now investigating an assisted living facility that closed on Friday. Rudy's Agape House, located on 18th Street West in Bradenton, closed down as the result of a building lease disagreement. About 15 tenants, their families and staff had only hours to vacate. DCF has opened an Adult Protection Service investigation into the incident and the owner as well as the facility. The Florida Agency for Healthcare Administration is also looking into this incident. For those looking for a sperm donor, make sure you know the history. The CDC issued a warning that more people in 3 southeast Florida counties may have been exposed to the Zika virus. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo is joining us now live with more on people, what they may want to do to take some precautions. Dwayne.
Well, Haley, the CDC and the Florida Department of Health consider this to be an extremely serious issue. They're warning anyone from Palm Beach, Broward, or Miami-Dade counties to consider themselves at risk of the Zika virus. This also goes for women who want to use a sperm donation from a donor. They're advised to consult a doctor before doing so.
For one Florida resident, he was aware of the warning issued for men and women in Southeast Florida.
Go where you need to go to your clinics, get it checked out if you can, be safe, don't just jump to the first donor.
The CDC is warning men from 3 Florida counties not to donate sperm because of a small risk of spreading the Zika virus. Also saying the increased risk of the virus can be attributed to evidence that Zika can persist in semen longer than in any other body fluid.
The Zika virus can remain in the sperm in the semen for up to 3 months following infection, and infections can be sometimes mild enough that the person who had the virus didn't know they had it.
There is no evidence of anyone pregnant being infected by Zika through sperm donation, as such risk is considered low. But Chief Medical Officer for the Community AIDS Network, Dr. Stephen Nicholas, says it's still important to take precautions on the Suncoast as well.
I would still be cautious of using sperm from sperm banks in the area here, particularly if we think the donor had lived in or had traveled to those areas.
Such as areas in Central and South America, where the CDC has reported an active transmission of the virus. The Florida Department of Health estimates that 279 people acquired the virus in the state last year, most of them in Miami.
Since we live in Florida and we travel frequently throughout our state, I think people just have to take a note of caution to those high-risk areas.
Well, Haley, keep in mind that with winter season coming to a close and mosquito season coming right around the corner, health officials will monitor this virus very closely. Reporting live in Sarasota, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Dwayne. And still to come on your Suncoast News, airlines competing for more passengers. What American Airlines is bringing back to try to get more travelers to book tickets on its airline.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Car experts and customers agree. There's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru was named the 2016 Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted, and Best Performance Brand by Kelley Blue Book. And ALG named Subaru its top mainstream brand for residual value for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
In town? On the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Main. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter.
You know, things can happen in an instant. We never expected Brady to be in an accident. And if he didn't have blood donors, he wouldn't be here.
To Suncoast blood donors and everybody in this community, I'd say thank you. You know, I'm gonna pay it forward.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
How much is too much when it comes to treating breast cancer? With more, here is ABC News senior medical contributor Dr. Timothy Johnson.
It's tough enough to fight cancer, from fear to surgery to radiation or chemotherapy. But for many women who have early-stage breast cancer, this journey may be more perilous than it has to be, according to a new study from Duke University. Researchers looked at more than 40,000 cases of early breast cancer, and they concluded that 60% of the women who could have received a shorter duration of radiation or none at all were instead treated with more radiation than they needed. The cost of overtreatment is emotional and physical, but it's financial too. On a yearly basis, this study claims that $164 million could be saved, money that was spent on what may be unnecessary treatment. This new evidence supports the Choosing Wisely initiative, urging physicians to consider shorter courses of radiation for patients with early-stage breast cancer of particular types. That's because evidence shows that for these women, shorter treatment can yield the same favorable outcomes. Of course, every doctor and every patient is unique, and cancer patients need in-depth discussion of their particular disease. But it's worth noting that sometimes less can be more. With this Medical Minute, I'm Dr. Timothy Johnson.
And now let's head over to Bob.
Haley, a huge success yesterday at the Laurel Oak Golf and Country Club. The Laurel Oak 14th annual Suncoast Cadillac Laurel Oak Cup took place, and rain was all around us, to the south, to the north, and it came in just after the tournament was finished. So raising money for the Sarasota Special Olympians that you see right there with their gold medals on. And they were great there singing the national anthem to start things off. That was an old photo. I don't want to go to those. We're going to move on by those. Casey Key webcam showing some windy weather moving in, some high surf, a rip current advisory in effect now for folks going out there on the waters. The winds will stay strong. It'll make it feel very chilly tomorrow. As far as the rain and snow goes to the northeast, well, they didn't get as much in New York and New Jersey, but they got some, and some rain-snow mix with some sleet and freezing rain there. Now it's mainly snowfall into Maine. They're getting hit the hardest in upstate New York. Also, a tremendous amount of snow falling there, kind of wrapping around this nor'easter that's caused all sorts of headaches today as far as traveling goes. We have the subtropical jet stream bringing some cirrus clouds over South Florida. The cold front is well down to our south. It's pulled up stationary. We're going to continue to see, though, this north to northwesterly wind component, which will really chill us out. We had the 2 tornadoes yesterday into Minnesota Beach as well as into Punta Gorda, EF1s on that. And you can see the shear tracks. There was the one. This was definitely a water spout with some rotation moving through Osprey, which did down a tree there, and also the damage that we've seen down near Inglewood as well as into Punta Gorda. Quite a night last night as a result of that strong cold front. Chilly the next 2 days. We're talking winter temperatures well below average, and then we'll be back in the 70s though by Friday. So that'll be nice. No rain chance at all over the upcoming days. And as I mentioned, the wind chill factors will be significant on Thursday morning. We're talking 32 degrees. That's what it'll feel like on Thursday morning. Venice right now at 64 degrees. Lots of sunshine there. The high today, 68 degrees. The low was 59. And 37, the record set back in 1926. The record high 90. Set back in 1964. And we did see quite a bit of rainfall yesterday in places. Now temperatures 58 in Tallahassee. 55 in Jacksonville. It's 77 in Miami, 74 in Key West, and temperatures around town. Low 60s in Cortez and Sarasota, Inglewood at 67 now, 70 in Arcadia, but it feels a little bit cooler with that wind coming in off the Gulf right now. And as far as highs go tomorrow, 60 degrees the anticipated high, and looks like lots of sunshine though. And you'll see the northerly flow. It continues on Wednesday and even into Thursday. We have to get that easterly wind to warm us up, and that doesn't happen until Friday, and that will stay with us though through the weekend. The big plunge of temperatures now, 20 in Buffalo, Toronto at 16, Columbus in the mid-20s now, and 23 in Bismarck. It warms up out west. Denver very warm for this time, and Dallas now at 64 degrees, Oklahoma City at 54. Atlanta comes in at 33 degrees right now, so it's cold there as well. And as far as the boating forecast is concerned, we're looking for rough conditions tomorrow. We'll have choppy conditions in the bays and inland waters, seas running 3 to 5 feet. Now we'll start off at 20-knot winds, and they'll subside to 10 to 15 in the afternoon. The water temperature is certainly to cool over the next couple of days as it's 71 degrees. Tide's upcoming, low tide at 9:23, and a high tide will be at 2:50. Sunset 7:38. Cool night ahead. Low temperatures upper 40s. Wind chills in the low 40s tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow a cool day. High of only 62. North winds will make it feel even chillier out there. And then the extended forecast, the coldest morning will be Thursday when temperatures will be in the mid to upper 30s. And then we warm up on Saturday and Sunday. Looks great, mid 70s. And then spring officially arrives on Monday. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. No accidents right now, but I-75 is backed up in the northbound lanes from Clark Road north to Fruitville Road. American Airlines is bringing back free meals for passengers in coach, but there is a catch. The airline says the meals will be offered starting May 1st on coast-to-coast flights between New York and Los Angeles, as well as between New York and San Francisco. Meals will consist of a continental breakfast or a boxed meal featuring a sandwich wrap, chips, and dessert. Vegetarian options will also be available. American's announcement comes weeks after Delta launched a similar service on some of its domestic flights. Pandora is bringing on-demand song choice to its streaming service called Pandora Premium. For $9.99 a month, subscribers can play any song or album and use new playlist creation features. Pandora will start sending out invites to current users tomorrow, with options for all users to upgrade in the coming weeks. Entertainment news is next.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds to push the envelope is boundless.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
one.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder, high performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ Sports Utility for $249 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
The father of filmmaker Tyler Perry is okay after he barely escaped a fire that destroyed his Louisiana home. Officials in Greensburg, Louisiana say Emmett Perry was home at the time of the fire, was reported last night. Perry apparently heard cracking or popping sounds coming from the attic. He was able to get out of the home safely, but it was a total loss. Tyler Perry was born in New Orleans and now lives in Atlanta. Singer Dolly Parton's My People Fund is still helping people recover from the wildfires that ravaged East Tennessee last year. The fund has issued monthly checks to 921 people who lost their homes in the fire. The president of the Dollywood Foundation says the fund received more than 80,000 donations, which has allowed it to issue the checks. The wildfires struck in November, killing 14 people in the Gatlinburg area and damaging thousands of buildings. Gregg Allman is canceling all of his tour dates for the year. The singer posted on his website that it has been determined that Gregg will not be touring in 2017. In November, Allman said he was taking several months off from touring so he could focus on his health, but still had plans to tour. The new statement did not say why he is canceling all of his shows, but fans can contact the outlet where they bought the tickets for a refund. The MTV Movie Awards won't just honor the big screen anymore. The network has announced it is expanding with the introduction of the MTV Movie and TV Awards. The MTV Movie Awards have been a staple event for the network since 1992. The all-new revamped MTV Movie and TV Awards will take place Sunday, May 7th. The multi-Tony Award-winning Broadway hit show Hamilton has added 8 more cities to its 2017-2018 tour. The traveling version of Lin-Manuel Miranda's show kicked off in San Francisco over the weekend. It's expected to reside there for about 5 months before moving to Los Angeles and then wrapping up in San Diego in July. The second leg of the tour will make stops in multiple cities. Still a hot ticket. We'll be right back.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.